What's going on, Mayhem Mafia? I'm your favorite BOP agent. That's right, it's Sarge Mayhem. Got something special for you guys today. Maybe you can guess what it is, but if you don't, go ahead and stay tuned. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful footage. Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry for being out of loop for so long. Unfortunately, I am a actual human and I make mistakes and I have a life and I have all these other things that I gotta do, and I'm trying to make this better for you guys, the Mayhem Mafia, and sometimes it's challenging, but I love that you guys stay tuned and that you're subscribed. And if you're not, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about a gun. I talked to the owners at GunCon in 2025, so last year. Hopefully talk to them again soon. And I got to try one of their guns. What is it? We are talking about the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. Now, this is more or less what they would call a Glock knockoff, but not really, because there's a lot of different things in it that's a little bit different than a Glock. Speaking that the frame is completely metal, the trigger is better, it can come ported, the window cut's already there. The stock barrel is not ported, but you can get the lighter recoil spring, I think is what they call it, or lighter recoil assembly, something like that. And the ports, you can get that, but the window cut's already there. The slide looks the same. Everything else looks the same. I think this gun I got to try out from Gamage. I think this one, he might have switched out the grips there, which you can, as you see, there are screws. You can change them out. And I think he has some nice wood ones. But as nice as he was for to let me use this, he didn't let me try those. So I'm kind of disappointed, Gamage. I wanted to feel that smoothness, like the chapstick that you sell. If you don't have any of that Gorilla Bloom, go get it. Go see my man Gamage. Yeah, it's great. I don't use chapstick. I don't use chapstick. I just rip the skin off in the morning and have at it. But there's been times that I've done competition. I was like, yeah, I need some chapstick. And guess what I grabbed? That's right, the Gorilla Bloom. With that said, let's talk some more about this gun. So what is different about it? For one, the weight. It is a lot heavier because it is a all metal gun, more or less. One of the other things you'll notice is it has a striker indicator. So for example, nothing in it, cool. And we pull that trigger, you can see the striker indicator come out. And if I get that trigger safety right, boom. So there's a good example why trigger safety works, because if you don't get it right, it doesn't clear. But you could see that striker indicator come back and release, which is kind of cool. I guess I don't ever pay attention to that. I pay more attention to the trigger itself. So if I feel that something's off, I'll kind of know that if you shot strikers enough. But let's talk about the reset. All right, let's talk about this trigger. It is a much better trigger than the Glock trigger. Pickup, which all of them have. Now we're at the wall. Creep through the wall. A little more creep. Boom. There it goes. Okay. Release. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that could be done better. For example, we're going to be talking about the new Warfinger Talon. I just got it yesterday. And yeah, it's a little bit better with all stock trigger bar, springs, all that stuff. And they're going to have a drop-in option. I'm not the biggest fan of the trigger. It's not terrible. It's better than a stock Glock trigger, but it's not great. Not my biggest thing that I like about this gun. I do like the weight. And I will tell you, and you'll see in the video about to come up, or videos of me shooting this gun, I shot it with the stock barrel first. Regular recoil spring, stock barrel. Shot way flatter than a standard Glock. Love that. I put this ported barrel in and the lighter recoil spring. Shot that for a while. And then I went back to the stock barrel, stock spring. I shot probably no more than 10 rounds, and I was like, nope, got to go back, and I could not. So I got spoiled. I definitely got spoiled, and shame on Gamage for letting me use the ports and the lighter recoil spring, because you'll see in these videos here in a second that it was a lot better. Even when I gave it to other people, they were like, wow. So enough talk, at least right now. We'll go over some more of this. But let me show you some of that beautiful range footage.
Alright guys, so we got the Fusion XF Pro. I do have the ported barrel, so I will do that one, but we're just going to see. This is my first shots with this. Let's see how this goes. Oh, good. Malfunction. Malfunction. Trigger didn't reset. Nope, out of battery. Okay. Didn't really like that one. Alright, so we got the ports in there. Now we're gonna try this gun ported with the reduced recoil spring. Let's see here. Oh shit. That's sick. With that ported barrel, that thing is sick, no problem at all. Alright, so like I was talking about in the last video, or the other video, I was talking about the XF Pro here at West Armory Wednesdays. We're messing with it. When I had the regular barrel in it, and it's a fluted barrel, but in the regular spring, it was giving me issues. So we're going to see, you saw how it shot with the ported barrel, how smooth, so we're going to see what happens here. Oh, good. Okay. And here we go. A lot more movement. I can already feel it. Yeah, a lot more. I don't like it as much. With that ported barrel, you guys got something going. We're gonna swap it back. Fuck this shit. Alright, so we put the reduced recoil spring back in it, or reduced weight, lighter spring assembly, whatever they call it. Put the ports back in. Let's go. Oof. Worst sound in combat. Alright guys, so we're at West Armory. It's West Armory Wednesday, which helped us veterans, first responders, and all of that fun jazz come and shoot for 30 minutes for free, which is awesome, because when I'm doing these zeros or videos or something like that, it sucks because it's only 30 minutes, but hey, free is for me, so I'm cool with it. We got the Fusion here, and I'm going to show you with the ports and the reduced recoil spring what this thing is like. Let's go. That thing is sick. It's sick. Awesome. That thing is sick. All on target without looking. Here we go. Oh, that's stupid. Suppressor. So for all you guys out there who are like, suppressors are so quiet, you can't hear it. You can fucking hear it. A suppressor is not silent. It's a muffler for your gun. Alright guys, so here we go. We got more shots with that XF Pro and the ports. Let's see here. Disgusting. Disgusting. Way to go, Fusion. That is freaking disgusting.
What's going on, Mayhem Mafia? I'm always trying to present great companies that you can go to that support 2A community and veterans, and YouTube keeps taking me down because I give you the actual link. So instead, you're going to do a Google search because I know you know how. And the first great company that we're going to be talking about is Brownells. Brownells is a great place to go, lots of selection, great customer service, and that's why I get all my gas, glass, and brass from Brownells. You can use that code BOP10, save yourself a little bit of coin just like I do. The other company that you're going to Google search is the best gun oil on the market. If you don't know, you're wrong, and that's going to be Cleanse Oil. This is their new synthetic blend. I love it. It works very well. They have Carbon Killer that works exceptionally well. Great product, great customer service. They're all for the veterans because they're owned by a veteran. So go ahead and give them a Google search, and we'll get right back to the video.
All right, so you saw the range footage. What does Gamage have on this? Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if he already had these or they came with it and he had some other ones. Not 100% sure. Either way, these look slick. The texture is actually really good, and being able to get up nice and high with no gap very easily because of that indent right there. Awesome. Loved it. Way to go, Fusion. Love that option. I like the multi-rail instead of just that single. Love that. I like the flat, even though I'm not the biggest fan of their trigger, I did like the trigger overall. See what I mean? Not my favorite trigger. It's okay. The rest of the gun, the takedown, same as a Glock. You know, check clear. Sometimes you can pull the trigger, sometimes you can't, apparently. There we go. Now, what I do like that they did, that's different from the Glock, is if you notice here, the rail goes all the way down. I do like that because that kind of mitigates the rise off of the rails from the slide. So I do like that. The back one here is pretty close, but it's still longer. And same on this side. So I do like that. I'm not going to give a lot of the internals away. If you want to know the internals, then go ahead and get one and figure it out yourself, because that's not what this is about. I do like that. I think it does help a lot, even on the stock spring and slide. Sorry. Stock. Get it together, Jace. Come on. Come on, son. Stock spring, stock barrel. Still works better with that guide rail there, whatever you want to call it. People call it different things. I think that was a great and smart thing to do, especially if they're going to do it out of metal. You're going to engrave it anyway or do all the machine work. Do love that. One of the things that I don't like, I will tell you, I'm not saying that it's their fault. And I might get a lot of shit for this, which I'm kind of expecting, but let's talk about it. If you look in here, you can see a lot of machine work. Now, if you're mass producing guns at a very cheap cost, no problem. But if you're going to say, which I'm not saying that they said it. I'm not saying that they said it. All I'm saying is if you're ever going to say that our stuff is more precision or whatever it may be, that I wouldn't want to show that. I wouldn't want to show a lot of machine work. I'd try and make that better. Now, this might be I wouldn't say a flaw, but it might have been one of those ones that, you know, at the end of that bit and you started seeing it. No big deal because it worked phenomenally. Phenomenal. Sarge, get it the fuck together. It worked phenomenally. I loved shooting this gun. I didn't like the mag that came with it. I used a lot of my Glock mags, which is a great thing because you can do that. I use my Glock mags. But the other thing I didn't like is look at how much of a spacer you need. I didn't like that per se. But the optic that I swear, if you don't get together, we're gonna go outside. Get it together. All right, so the Holosun that Gamage used is a great option. The 508T is what he used. TRDX2, just to be exact. I really like this optic. It's not too big, not too small. You can find everything very well, especially if the grip angle is for you. Great option. Way to go, Gamage. Gamage killed it on that. Way to go. I really don't like that, how much of a gap in that plate. So for reference, that is the plate on my Glock 43X. Okay, so you could see a big difference. This one is lower than this one, right? So I don't like how high it is. However, with the zero, it worked fine. I was all right. Well, I didn't even change the zero, honestly. I just ran whatever he did. And when I saw, okay, well, I'm shooting a little here, I'm a little high, whatever it is, I just adjusted. So I'm not, this is, look, this shooting somebody else's gun is like driving somebody else's car. Don't change their seats. Don't move the steering wheel. Don't change the station. If you do, put everything back. Now, it's easier to change the radio station or whatever they were listening to back to what they had than it is the steering wheel and the seat. So, in other words, don't fuck with people's optics. If they zeroed them, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Write that down. Overall, I think for a Glock clone, I think Fusion did exceptionally well with this, especially with the ports, the lighter recoil spring assembly. They killed it. I loved shooting this gun. In fact, you'll see, like I showed you in some of those videos, of me shooting the gun and looking at the camera, and I was still hitting in the same area. I didn't even have to look. Once I got that first 2 or 3 shots off and I was able to turn my, I was on target, no problem at all. Stayed in A zone, or at very least, I think there's 2 or 3 C's, whatever, but I was able to stay on target with this gun. Great gun. Go look up a Fusion Arms. Go give a shout out and a subscribe. We're going to go talk outside, Sarge. Go give a good, I swear. There's a story behind why I can't talk. And if you want to know, comment down below. I really wish these games would get on here, but he's not. And we're talking about this, so it doesn't matter. These games, stop sleeping. Throw some shit on there, even if it's short. Throw your Instagram shit, which is hot. Throw it on there. Stop sleeping on the YouTube game. But go check out Fusion Arms. By the way, also, we talked about if you use somebody else's gun, you shouldn't adjust the optics. Just like if you drive somebody's car, you shouldn't change the radio station. Or if you do, put it back. Same with the steering wheel and the seat. If you're going to drive somebody else's car, you better put back as much gas as you use. So if you use somebody else's gun, even if they don't clean their gun, like these games, you're going to go ahead and clean it anyway, just because you use their shit and you are appreciative of them letting you use it because they didn't have to, right? Appreciate Gamage for this one. I really like this gun. Really, really like this gun. If I had to give it something, I would say out of 10, probably like a 5.8. I'm not going to lie. It's not a way above average. Is it above? If you were to be like, hey, how's that compared to other Glocks? Oh, shit. I mean, it would be probably 8.5. But if you're talking about all guns I've ever shot, probably a 5.8. Somewhere around there. That's what I would give this gun, which is not bad. You're talking about $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 guns. Yeah, for the price, you guys killed it. Way to go, Fusion. I'm gonna mess with their, what is it? The XP, the 2011 take Glock style mags. That's my next stop with Fusion. I can't wait because I heard Gamage has both the regular XP Pro and the one with the comp. So we're going to try and see if we can't coerce. I wouldn't say coerce. Coerce is, that's right. If we can't coerce Gamage to let me use those two guns and try them out, and one at a time, and we're going to go through that. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I apologize for the break. There's been a lot of things going on. Appreciate you guys with the love. Go check out Fusion, Gamage, Squad Drills, Jay Weth. They're all Mac Bros. If you don't know who Mac Bros is, go on Instagram, look up Mac Bros, check out these guys. A lot of great information. There's a lot of good people out there that are giving you good information. Don't sleep on it. I know they post a lot more than me, and most people ain't going to watch this, which is no big deal. Don't care, because the Mayhem Mafia will. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, because we got another gun that we're going to be talking about here soon. Comment below if you think you know what that gun is. Can't wait to see you guys next time. I won't say next week because sometimes shit happens. I'll see you guys next time. I'm Sarge Mayhem, and I'm out.